Alright guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be doing a trade recap of the trade that I took yesterday to make $1,675. This trade took 1 hour to take profit, but I only spent 1 minute on the chart before this. I only spent 1 minute on the chart to analyze the market and take the trade. So let's get into it. So first, whenever we are taking a trade, we have to identify direction. Is price going up, down, or sideways? And I identified 5-minute major structure was in an uptrend. As you can see, price is making higher highs here and higher lows as well. So our next step is to find our point of interest to enter, which for me is my 5-minute demand zone. So here we have this 5-minute demand zone right here, and the way I identify demand zone is the last candle before impulse move that broke structure. So this candle right here, this bearish candle, happened, and after that price formed an impulse move. That impulse move right there that broke this 5-minute swing high, and because there was a break of structure and we know that it costs a lot of money to break structure, we're expecting price to come down, fill this zone, this level of demand, and continue going higher, because previously this was a good time to buy, and now the people who missed out on the first buy, whenever price gets this low again, we're expecting the buyers to step in again, which is exactly what they did. And so I entered, I market entered, but I know I always do limit orders, but like I said, I only spent a minute on the charts because I actually took this trade on my phone before work, and I was just able to see all of this analysis like just visually very easily because of all the back testing that I've done. And so I saw price was already inside the zone, so I just market bought, set my take profit and stop loss, and left and went to work. And then I came back and the trade had taken profit. And so here we are right now. This trade took like 59 minutes, basically an hour to take profit. It was 3.68 RR. With these trades, I set my stop loss 1 point below the zone. I enter at exactly the top of the demand zone, and I set my take profit to the swing high, which would be this high right here. So that's where I took profit at. And yeah, so that's 17.5 points. That's nice. 3.68 RR, $1,675, because I think I got in like a tick later. And also I had manually bought, and I had manually bought to enter, but then I realized like, oh, my enter is like worse than it should be. So I got out at break even. So, and I had to pay for the fees for taking the trade, and then I just bought again. So that's why the amount I made was like lower than it should have, because I bought 20 contracts. But anyways, that's fine. So yeah, that's great trade. Oh yeah, so if I used 1 minute refinement, and I'll show you what that looks like. If I used 1 minute refinement, then I could have gotten a better entry with a better RR. As you can see, there's a 1 minute demand zone right there, that imbalance, and that would have led to me taking a 4.86 RR trade with refinement, with 1 minute refinement. But like I said, I only spent 1 minute on the charts to even take this trade. So yeah, great trade.